guys, so welcome back to the second part of this week's Coffin Hero Show, taking you through the new single release issues going out this week. So pull lists are of course all organised, they're all in boxes ready to go, ready for collection. As ever, if you like a pull list set up with us, just pop into the store, we'll get you set up. There's no minimum, no maximum amount of titles that need to be pulled, anything like that. Everything of course gets bagged and boarded, and everything will always be cover price, cover A, first print. Try saying that 5 times fast. But yeah, on to the single issues out this week. So kicking things off, Justice Society of America. We're up to issue 5. This was actually a release for last week, but Diamond. You may hear me complain about them once or twice through this. Next up we have Night Terrors. So Night Terrors, there's usually 5 titles out per week, as well as the main title. So we've got the main title issue 3 in, which I must have left in the box over there. But I assure you issue 3 is out this week. But usually then there's 5 tie-in issues at a time. The one that Diamond did not send us this week is Robin. So we're waiting on those copies coming in. But what did come in is 4 different number 2s. So you've got Night Terrors The Flash, part 2 of 2. Of course, all these tie-ins are 2 issues at a time. You have Night Terrors Green Lantern number 2 with a frankly ridiculously gorgeous cover from Lucio Perillo. You have Night Terrors Shazam. Again, another favourite artist on that one, Dan Mora. And then we have the last, second and last part for Night Terrors Zatanna as well. So the usual Night Terrors heavy week this week. But also from DC, some good stuff coming through that's non-Night Terrors related. You have Spirit World, we're up as far as issue 4 for this title. Again, loving the We Are Legends stuff. That's from Alyssa Wong with Hanning on art. We have the Superman Annual this week. Joshua Williamson involved with this one, which is good to see. Mahmoud Asrar as well. And then you've got a couple of guest storytellers in that as well. I knew Night Terrors was there somewhere. Night Terrors issue 3. Moving on from there, we move on to Marvel. So we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 925 / issue 31. So legacy issue, oversized issue, square bound, the wedding issue as they say. On from there, what you'll notice with a lot of Marvel titles this week, which is cool, is there's a little remembrance here to John Romita. So remembering John Romita, and we got the old classic corner box back for some of these. So next issue up of the Avengers this week, we're up to issue 4. We have a brand new part in Fall of X, which is Children of the Vault. Issue 1 for that. One I'm definitely looking forward to this week is Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance. Now this is a slightly odd title because if you're on Ghost Rider, I didn't put this in your box because you might not be on Wolverine. If you're on Wolverine but not Ghost Rider, I didn't put this in your box. So I'll leave it up to people to make their own minds up. If you're on Ghost Rider, I'd highly recommend going on it. His name is first after all. And it's Benjamin Percy writing this whole event as well. So it's a crossover event. But again, if you're on Ghost Rider but didn't specify you wanted this, it won't be in your box. But we do have plenty of copies ordered for it. Next up we have Guardians of the Galaxy, so we're reaching the midpoint of the Colin Kelly-Jackson Lansing run. So issue 5 for you there, with Kev Walker continuing on art. We have Miles Morales, issue 9. Cody Ziegler continuing on his Miles Morales run. Spider-Man out this week in annual form as well, part of this whole Contest of Chaos. A little bit of an interlinking of the annuals, similar to what they did before. So this is the Spider-Man one this week. We have Star Wars issue 37, which is falling under this Dark Droid storyline that is coming through. We have Star Wars Max Rebo. This is part of the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary celebrations. So another one shot there. And again, this is one that should have been in last week, but our copies only arrived this week, which is What If Dark Venom from Stephanie Phillips and Jethro Morales. So going on to the racks this week. It's a real common theme here of stuff that was out last week, but we didn't receive until this week. Conan the Barbarian. So we received enough for pull lists, I should say, but we were short on copies and therefore had none for the racks because pull lists will always come first. But Conan the Barbarian moving to Titan Comics, issue 1 out this week, or out last week, but copies on the racks this week. We have the second part of the Doctor Who Doomsday comic event, so issue 2 of that. Without a doubt, my title of the week. This is so good. Enfield Gang Massacre. You know, we talk about That Texas Blood all the time and how good it is. This is Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips. They're still in Ambrose County, but they're going back to the early 1900s and back to cowboy times. I've already read this. It's fantastic. Little details are great, even down to the fact they've got like newspaper print pages to it, so it feels old and timely. We get asked about cowboy comics all the time. There's not a lot of them around. This is classic cowboys and robbers type stuff. We have a new issue this week of Gunslinger Spawn. So up as far as issue 23, Todd McFarlane, Brett Booth on that one. We have Heat Seeker, which is the spin-off from the Gun Honey series, up to issue 2 of that. Killer Queens number 2, or sorry, I should say Killer Queens 2 number 1. So this is David Embore working on this. This is his sci-fi title. Of course, we got that signing coming up. You may have heard me mention it before. Then we finish off with 2 to go. We have Kaya from Wes Craig. We're up as far as issue 10, the second last of the story arc. And then we finish off just very little variants in this week that weren't pull lists. So just the Ghost Rider Wolverine Frank Miller variant. That is probably the most divisive variant in comics in the last 20 years. I really like it. I have one in my collection, so we got them in. So there you go. That's all the titles coming in this week. As I say, hitting the racks tomorrow, New Comic Book Day, which is the 9th of August. As ever, all pull lists are done. 1 or 2 issues may be missing, just because, again, we didn't receive our Night Terrors Robin, for example. But I have been promised by Diamond, fingers crossed, that anything missing will be here by Thursday/Friday, so we should hopefully be able to plug those gaps then. But anyway, as ever, hope this proved useful. Hope you're staying safe out there. I'll look forward to seeing you in store soon, guys. Take it easy.